Hi, how are you? We haven't seen each other in a while. Some of you may already know this, but I have some news.
Can I put my key in your lock?
Has become global, and yet drinking milk out of a bowl is generally unknown. Yes, I was featured on the Young Turks University spin-off thing, talking about Freshers Week, you know, all that many eons of time ago. I did talk about Freshers Week and why you should go to it, even though it's a massive, sexist, horrendous experience. And my main premise was that if you really like partying and drinking and things, you will find the people who you like there. And if you just tagged on because it's Freshers Week and it's what you do, then you find similar people in that vein. And the comments were really interesting. One commenter said that I looked like a hobbit. But I also started a flame war, which I don't really like, and I think it's my responsibility to kind of diffuse it. This also acts as the third part of my university experience, advice stuff. Because I'm going to be talking about thinking about people complexly, and how when you're at university the main point is you learn how to think about people complexly. And this is the reason why debating about religion on the internet is a terrible idea, because nobody thinks about the other side complexly. On one side you get the theists who think that they're very right because God said so. And on the other side you have the atheists who think they're right because science says so. And atheists, although I do side with you, you need to think about the other side complexly to understand why the world is the way it is. This one included. Thinking about people complexly is a very important moral tool for life. And what thinking complexly about human beings means is that you know when you feel angry or you feel happy or you feel brilliant and you understand that you are not just a single thing. You're a very complex thing. You have different moods and emotions, and you love people and you despise people. Everybody else is like that too. The great lessons that I have learned throughout my university career since I've made that terrible username, A Proud Atheist, even though I am proud of it and I still believe all the things I still do, thinking with compassion and love about human beings and why they're really interesting. And even though part of what they believe is really rubbish, you still should treat them with love and respect. I feel like, I mentioned this a while ago, it's like when you're at a party and a 5-year-old says, "I'm a helicopter," you don't go, "Well, you can't be a helicopter, you're a human being. You don't have a propeller, you're not made out of metal, what the fuck are you doing?" You say, "Well, I'm a choo-choo train, we're all having fun." Another main lesson that I have learnt is that if someone says that I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Jew, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's their whole mindset. I've come to learn that something like religion or a god is more of a metaphor about ourselves. Although it's wildly inconsistent, you can believe in spirituality and science at the same time, even though I wouldn't recommend it, though people do. I think what both sides need to understand is that there's a distinction between how the world should be and how the world is, and that's not always a negative distinction. For example, I intensely disagree with private schools and faith schools, but if I became Prime Minister and got rid of private schools and faith schools, shit would go up. I'd be faced with lots of very angry people and would probably cause more problems than I solved. What we need to do to be wonderful and fantastic human beings is take how the world is and use it as a set of obstacles or a set of pathways. Just try to navigate around it. And if there's something fundamentally wrong with the status quo, we can't expect to see fundamental change within our lifetime. We see it over generations.